So let's talk about what it looks like to find the right speaker, discover the right speaker, and then actually book a speaker for your event. You can do that in multiple ways. You can obviously hit Google. You can hit, certain AI sources out there and just ask some questions about types of speakers and types of events. There are, I would say, tens of thousands of speakers that you could essentially book for any type of event, right? There's celebrity speakers, there's super interactive speakers, there's more entertainment speakers. So with all that being said, you really want to try to hone in and narrow in on an idea of what do I want out of a speaker for this 60 minutes. You might have multiple days, you might have multiple sessions and multiple speakers, but on that 60-minute session, what are you looking for? Do you want it to be more entertainment driven? Do you want it to have actionable takeaways for your group that's very specific, maybe even industry specific? Or for this session, do you just want something inspirational? So again, you can find that online. There's areas that you can do that, but I also wanted to talk about what it looks like to work with the bureau with all of those kind of different options out there, right? One of the things that bureaus are going to do is really help you hone in and identify really great speakers for every one of those categories. Our company, has been doing this for 30 years. We do thousands of events a year. So we have data from customers like you. We have data from the audiences. We have data from all the other agents within our organization and outside of the organization to kind of compile that and understand who are great fits for every single category of speaker, regardless of what you're looking for. So if this 60 minutes, you really want someone inspirational, then a good agent is going to be able to ask those questions and provide a detailed list of speakers that are inspirational, that fit your budget, are available, understand the needs of what you're trying to do within that inspiration. Do you want more of a someone who's climbed Mount Everest, someone that has had something tragic happen to them? There's all kinds of different ways of inspiration, right? And inversely, if you're looking for someone that's very specific, that are going to give you business acumen, actionable takeaways, again, a great agent's going to be able to ask those questions and provide a proposal for you that's really narrowed in. We often say on our side, the more information you can give me about what you're looking for that 60 minutes on stage, I will be able to then to cultivate a list that truly can help you and identify who might be the best 5 to 10 options out there of all those 10,000 speakers. One of the most important things on everyone's mind is obviously budget, right? So again, an agency like Premier or other great agencies out there are going to be able to give you that budget range, whatever range you're in. It could be 5 to 10,000. It could be 20 to 40. On up into 3 figures. Again, we're going to be able to cultivate a list that specifically will be able to deliver within that budget range. From there, we can kind of assist on who our favorites might be. We're going to take our cues from you all the time. But if it's a tiebreaker and you guys can't really decide, we do have personal preferences. We have experience with these. And oftentimes we can even give you a little pull back the curtain and say, both of these are amazing on stage. However, this speaker is going to kind of make our lives miserable for a couple months, right? And that's the reality. We can kind of give you that behind the curtain information because we've done this so many times. Once we identify the right speaker in the right budget, the next step, we do go to contract. One thing that we can always do is if you need, a few more people to chime in, maybe you need one of your higher ups to get on a call with the agency, with the speaker and your team, we can always do that before we sign a contract. Sometimes we just need that little bit extra confidence that this speaker is going to be able to deliver, and that's fine. A good agent would be able to set up with Zoom, again, with themselves, all of your stakeholders and the speaker to allow you guys to make that final decision. Once you decide on who that right speaker is, we would send over an electronic version for you to sign. You would e-sign your offer sheet and contract. It spells everything out. The time, the details, all the travel that you're paying for, what the speaker is going to talk about, and all of their major deliverables. From there, once you sign that, we take that to the speaker for their final confirmation. Usually at that point, it is a formality. We've already checked the date. We've already confirmed availability. We already know what the price is. So again, 90% of the time, The speaker is going to approve that offer, and then we are contracted. You get an email from us with all the next steps, marketing materials, invoices, an online portal for you to upload as much information about this event as you want. And the speaker then can also see everything that you're uploading about the event. The final few steps are payment. We ask for 50% payment due 2 weeks after the speaker accepts, and the rest due a month before the speaker speaks. So that way everything is done. We're all taken care of and buttoned up, and the speaker can go and deliver a perfect keynote for you. Typically, the speaker would do one final pre-event call with you, usually around a month before your event. You know, they're going to have multiple events from contracting to the time that they speak for you. So in order to keep your event top of mind and fresh, around a month before the event, they're getting on one more call, answer any final questions, deliver that slide deck that we've already talked about, we've already discussed, and then the next thing they're supposed to do is show up and deliver an amazing keynote for you. Now, once your speaker's booked, we will work with you all the way through the process to handle all of your logistics. We have an amazing logistics team at our bureau and agency so that your flights are going to get booked for your speaker. The car service is going to be confirmed. The hotel, you're going to know when the speaker's arriving. Again, we handle all of that online, so you have full access to everything that's happening. Typically, when the speaker arrives, you'll get a text from the speaker to say, hey, guess what? I'm here. I'm arrived. Everything's good. I'll see you in the morning, or whatever the case may be. One thing to also note is there are acts of God where there's sicknesses, deaths, where speakers unfortunately just can't show up. It is so rare, but it does happen from time to time. Another benefit of working with the bureau or agency is that we are ready 24/7 to fill that speaker spot for you. If you do go direct with the speaker, you're kind of at the mercy of your Google searches or whatever that speaker can maybe help or suggest. But if they're sick or if they've had a tragedy, at times you are really at a loss. So a bureau will always be able to step in quickly, work with their catalog of speakers that are in the similar category that can fill that spot for you. And we're always going to try to solve your problems with answers in that process. And again, we hope it never happens, but if it does, we are here to work with you every step of the way. So there you have it. The speaker spoke. Everyone's happy. Standing ovation, hopefully, and it was a great process along the way. After that, of course, we're going to follow up with you. We're going to ensure that everything was exceptional. Everything was what you expected it to be. And if not, we'll have that conversation, but hopefully that's never going to happen. And then from there, we're going to talk about next year. Maybe we're even at your event. Understanding you, your event, your audience can help us formalize a plan for next quarter or next year, whatever the case may be, right? And so that would be the next few steps along the way. After that, you get a feedback form from us to go ahead and rate our service for you and rate the speaker. Those are valuable pieces of information for us to inform our decisions along the way. And that is essentially what happens when you book a speaker with an agency or a bureau. Now, if you're looking at booking a celebrity speaker and want to know the pros and cons of that, check out the next video.